Last week, in week 2, we learned about interpersonal communication in a romantic context, looking at the movie You've Got Mail. This week is very, very close in terms of those kind of interpersonal relationships where we're looking at it beyond the romantic context with the movie The Social Network. I have to admit that I envied my daughter when she started talking about Facebook. My oldest daughter is now 25, and she first discovered Facebook when she was at St. Mary's College. And at that point, it was exclusively for college students. Now, at first I was a little nervous about it. I'm like, well, you don't want anybody to stalk you on the internet or anything like that. But then when she started telling me about how she was connecting with people through this new online thing, and that it was relatively safe because it was just for people in her little community, and that's how it started out, I thought, well, what an inspired idea, because it's so easy to do that. I didn't think much of it, and then I started realizing, as time went on, that Facebook had broadened so that older folk like me could do it. A few years ago, I had a class reunion, and I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was a class reunion, and when I went to the class reunion, a number of us were taking pictures. We started sharing them, and or talking about how we were going to share them, and so we would ask other people, oh, are you on Facebook? And if any of them said no, and a few of them did, we said, well, how are you going to get pictures? How are you going to do that? That's how we do it, you know. They said, well, you could email them. And we said, well, that's so old school. We're not going to put them on email. We're going to put them on Facebook and tag people. And the people who didn't have Facebook were looking at us like we were from Mars. But indeed, most of the people that we talked to then became Facebook converts. And it's been so great to keep up with these people, many of whom, when I was in high school, likely wouldn't have given me the time of day, but are now labeled as my Facebook friends, who comment on things that I write about my children, wish me happy birthday, etc. I feel very connected, and my 20 minutes every evening that I spend as my guilty pleasure time cruising through Facebook and looking up posts and liking things, etc. Is one of my favorite times of my day, because I feel like even though my life might be really busy, and it is, and even though I might be, doing this in my jammies with a hot cup of hot cocoa or a Diet Coke or whatever, watching whatever I want to watch on TV, and I wouldn't want other people to see me that way, I'm connecting with many, many, many people who I wouldn't have chatted with that day. Facebook has indeed revolutionized our lives. In a way, I think that's different than Twitter, because we don't have the photograph dynamic. But both things really have revolutionized the way in which we enact these relationships. I hope you have fun watching the movie The Social Network, especially if you haven't watched it before, so you can see how this technology began, and really begin to think about the ways in which Facebook, Twitter, and other social media, blogging, internet sites, etc., impact your own interpersonal relationships. I want to give you a heads up on a couple things that are due this week. First of all, you do have a discussion board post that is due by Friday. Also, you should be working with your group with your group project. The group projects are listed online, so you need to make sure that you have those, that you're working with your group. And I've set up the group function on the hear me now, Facebook. It's not Facebook, it's a Blackboard. On the Blackboard site, I've got that set up for you so you can interact with people. Your group project is to come up with you're going to be deciding on a type of mediated community, researching specific locations where that mediated community gets enacted, and then talking about this mediated community. And I'm going to let you have your own creativity for how you want to enact that. But if any group members have any questions, feel free to email me. I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can. That group research proposal is due to me by Friday, midnight, Friday, July 6th. And you make sure to use APA 6th edition. It's worth 10 points. It is a group grade. So again, any questions that you might have, please just let me know. I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. All right, have a fabulous week 3, and I will see you soon. Happy 4th of July.